This is a really tough one to take. It really is. It's not over yet, but with 5 minutes plus injury time, 3-1 down, it's over, guys. And as you can see here, for the first time in many, many months, Arsenal have been displaced at the top of the table. Manchester City take over. Having played an extra game, let's all just remember they have played an extra game. But yeah, I'm prepared to get a little bit of... I don't want to call it hate, but there's going to be a lot of people disagreeing with me and also people saying, oh, of course you're going to say that, blah, blah, blah. I've consistently said that I don't think Arsenal will win the title. And you can go through all of my Operation Arsenal videos, all of my career mode videos where I've talked about it. Never have I said that Arsenal will win the title. The closest I got to it was 3 games ago. So when we had Everton... who did we just draw against? Brentford and City to play. And I said if we win all 3 of those, then I would probably start to believe it and really believe it. Since that moment, since I said that, we've gone on to take 1 point from a possible 9. And yeah, we can still go 3 points clear if we win at the weekend. Is that going to happen? Potentially. But do I think we're going to win the title now? I didn't before. And I know that's horrible. I know that I was a rubbish Arsenal fan. But no, I'm just, as I've said a few times over the years, many times actually, I am a realist when it comes to supporting Arsenal. We haven't won the title since 2004 for many reasons. I would say we went through a period of just not being able to financially operate at the highest level, losing all of our best players. And then we went through a stage where we just weren't at the level regardless, on and off the pitch. What we're seeing now is a team emerging that I think has the capabilities to win the title, just not yet. Just not yet. And we've got to take positives from this because, look, we shouldn't be here right now. The top 4 is what we were aiming for at the beginning of this season. If you had asked me back in August, would you take top 4 right now? Yes, 100%. Give it to me. Top 4. Done. If you'd said to me, oh, by February next year, you'll be top of the table and people would be saying Arsenal will win the title, I would have laughed at you. No chance. Not with City, Liverpool, Chelsea. No, I did not expect what has happened to happen. And you know what? It really, really sucks because as the weeks have gone on, as all of these great performances and great results have happened, I have started to slip in a bit into that whole, oh my God, we're actually one of the best teams in the country right now. We could actually win the title. And I really did want to believe it, guys. And that's what I want everyone to know. I really wanted to believe it, but I just didn't because this can happen. All it took was 3 games and the huge advantage we had, gone. So it's a real shame. I mean, we could look at the lineups. Oh, I don't think... Oh, yeah, there we are. I was going to say, because the game hasn't finished, it might not show it. It's Tomiyasu at right back, by the way, and Ødegaard here in case my camera covers it. But as you can see, there is a player missing there. And it's just, you know, the small matter of our most important player in the team. As soon as Partey was out, I really did think to myself, this is going to be a big ask. A big, big ask. Partey, for me, is the most important player in this system that we play. And I've got to say, Jorginho has done a very tidy job, but he's not Partey. I know. It's very easy to say, oh, with Partey, we would have done better. But it's true, we would have. Of course, without Jesus, who knows if Jesus was on the pitch, if he would have scored a couple of the chances that have fallen to Nketiah or Martinelli or whoever. We started Tomiyasu instead of Ben White. I actually asked for that. I was hoping we would see Tomiyasu because Ben White's been a little bit off it recently. But Tomiyasu thrown into the deep end, you could say, hasn't played much football. It showed he got really tormented all night with Jack Grealish down that wing. And Tomiyasu was at fault for the first goal. Deflection for their second goal as well, which took it away from Ramsdale. That's not really his fault. But at times today, you could see that Tomiyasu just wasn't quite at it either. It is what it is, guys. I don't think it's been a particularly bad performance. I think what we're seeing here is The one true difference between these two teams, it's an experience gap. It is. There's quality gap there as well, for sure. And of course, they've got a bigger and better squad overall. Our players are a lot younger. We've got a couple of players in the team that have won things, but not at this club. And I mean Premier Leagues, Champions League, things like that. It's going to be such a huge ask for Arsenal to now go on and push on, especially with another game against Man City. To win the title from here, I do truly believe is almost, I don't want to say impossible, but I just don't see it, and I really want to see it. If we had won tonight, even then I'd still be saying, oh, do you know what? It's going to be close, this. It has never been, in my head, a complete obvious thing that Arsenal would go on and actually achieve first place this season. It's just, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't. You can see stats-wise, we've done very well with the ball. It's a tight game stats-wise. You know, they've had better chances, I would argue. You know, hitting the bar as well, which was a bit of a fluky attack. Was it a corner or was it a free kick? I can't remember. Oh my God, Trossard almost scored. I'm still watching the game, by the way. Trossard should have started today as well, I feel like. Let's have a look at the table as it stands, because, of course, Man City have played an extra game. Both of us going into this game on somewhat lukewarm form, and City have come out on top. It is what it is, you know. It is, unfortunately, that saying. It's so cliche. It is what it is, but we just haven't been able to get the job done today. Where does this leave us? Well, we have still got an extra game on Manchester United as well, and we're 5 points clear of them. So, do you know what? The way I see this is if we win our next game, which is what, Aston Villa away, if we win that game, we go back to the top of the table, 3 points clear, 8 points clear of Manchester United. I think top four is pretty much ours. I don't see us falling outside of the top four, that's for sure. I think second place is going to be where we finish. And you know what? As I said, I would have bitten your hand off for that. I really would. I would have been so happy with that. Let's have a look at the fixtures here. So, of course, this one is another loss. We had a loss here with Everton. So, loss, draw, loss. I think we will win against Aston Villa. I think we'll bounce back from this, and I really hope so, because we can't go 4 games without picking up a win. That is just not... It's not going to be enough for us to continue what we're doing, right? Leicester, I mean, you never know. They just absolutely rolled Tottenham over. Anything could happen there. And by the way, this is our first loss at the Emirates this season as well in the Premier League. Of course, we lost here against Brighton in the Carabao Cup. Kind of sucks, but hey, it's Man City at the end of the day. Everton at home, Bournemouth at home, Fulham away. I mean, these are all winnable games. I mean, obviously Anfield as well. That's going to be a tough one. I don't want to sound like defeatist, but this has just knocked a lot of the steam out of me. Like the momentum that this club have had over the last few months, just grinding out results. The win against Tottenham, followed by Manchester United. You know, 2 really tough games in a row. We overcome it. Yep, easy. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. But I just always knew that at the end of the day, it's the youngest squad in the league. We've one of the youngest managers in world football that really hasn't won anything other than an FA Cup, of course. It's very, very, very difficult to win a Premier League title. It's very difficult. All the professionals, ex-pros, whatever, on TV, they always say, to actually do it is so difficult. It's 38 games, home and away, sometimes 3 matches in a week. It is exhausting. We've got a light squad. We've got injury-prone players. And, of course, we haven't had awful injuries this season like Chelsea and Leeds and, you know, some of the other teams that have really struggled. But our team isn't big enough and doesn't have just that extra little bit, I think, to genuinely push on and win the title. I always thought City would catch up with us. Please feel free to go back. Get the clips. Show me where I said that I thought Arsenal would win the title. I didn't say it. And it sucks. It really sucks. I wanted to say it, but I didn't believe it. So I'm not going to sit there and lie to you guys. A lot of people will be like, oh yeah, Arsenal will win. Yeah. I didn't think it would be possible, but it's full time now. We can have a look at Champions League. Oh my God, Chelsea are losing. Oh dear. Potter out? I don't know about that. So it's full time. 3-1 to Man City. They deserved the win in the end. Haaland got his goal. I thought he was pretty quiet until part of the way through the second half. He obviously almost won a penalty as well, which was offside. De Bruyne finally showed up. He's had a few quiet weeks, hasn't he? Grealish got a goal. I thought Ederson was quite lucky. I mean, I haven't talked about the penalty. It feels kind of pointless now. The Arsenal penalty, which Saka put away so beautifully, for me, it was a penalty. You could argue that it's soft in terms of the actual contact and the fact that the ball was already shot. It was already kicked. But the thing is, that is still a foul and it's in the box. It's a penalty. The penalty that was given to City, which obviously they didn't take in the end because it was offside, I think that was also probably a penalty. I mean, they're both tussling and they're both throwing each other around, but ultimately I think Gabriel, he's had another one of those games where he has felt a little bit raw, a little bit like he's got a mistake in him. I think Saliba is just a much more calm defender. I really, truly believe that Gabriel can be a bit erratic at times. I think I'm just going to stop it there, guys, because, you know, there's only so many things I can say. The reality is we've lost to Man City at home. We absolutely needed a win today. We haven't done it. Most likely the title isn't going to be ours this year. But do you know what? Just rewind a couple of months, you know, to the start of this season even. This was never meant to happen anyway. This is just ridiculous. How Arsenal Football Club here, with the youngest squad, how are we almost winning a league title? Way too early, man. Maybe I'm saying this to make myself feel better. Obviously, I'm devastated. It really sucks. But we go again at the weekend, and we'll go back to the top of the table with a win.